So let's think about what it could look like for Sherry to log a conversation with Brandon. Let's say they've jumped into their first conversation and started talking about some of this healthy balance information. Sherry can do this by clicking Log a Conversation. This is another example of a survey that might look a little bit different in your program, but it's great for demonstration purposes. So right here, Sherry is looking at a conversation log survey to log a conversation with Brandon. Sherry will see questions like this. Which of the following have you been using to communicate with your mentee since your last session? So let's say they've been connecting via video chat. What kind of things have they been talking about? Well, really, at this point, they're just getting to know each other, but they're also discussing things like staying balanced, which is something that's really important to Brandon. This item right here is really important because this is what leads to flags being reported. If Sherry responds to any of the items in here other than none, it will send a flag to people in your program to make sure that you know that Brandon is struggling. It will also add the flag to your partner dashboard page. So let's say that Brandon is having troubles academically. We'll then ask some follow-up information to learn a little bit more. So it looks like Sherry's saying that Brandon's feeling like he's got a heavy course load. He's working part-time and isn't quite sure he's going to be able to make it to all of these classes. But Sherry's not sure if it's too late to drop courses or not. Also, maybe that's not the best course of action for Brandon. Not quite sure what to do here. So for the next question, when we say, could your mentee benefit from immediate support? This is what determines whether or not the flag will be an immediate support flag or non-immediate support flag. Because Sherry is feeling like Brandon needs some help and she's not quite sure how to offer it, she's going to say, yes, this will be something that needs immediate support. Just so you know, because this is our demo program, this says send it to a mentor collective representative. This is the name of the institution. If this was on your program, it would have the name of your institution right here. My mentee seems to be successfully adjusting to or preparing for his school environment. We're going to say 4 on this scale. I am enjoying my experience as a mentor. So far, Sherry's loving this experience, so she's going to say 7. What is one goal you have helped your mentee set? Perhaps they're making a goal on how to get more involved on campus, and this is something they're working towards. Submit. Great, so now this first conversation has been submitted in this mentorship, and it also included a flag. This information will show up on the partner dashboard when you're looking at Brandon and Sherry's mentorship. It will also show up in the communications tab when Sherry's looking at her dashboard and looking at this page for Brandon. Let's reload this page and look at the communications tab. So now we're seeing this information and Sherry can remind herself all the discussions that she's had with Brandon. This is really, really helpful for Sherry to remind herself of all of the historic information that's come in their discussions before she has her next conversation with Brandon. She can also see any flags that have been reported here and the status of these flags. So because this flag was just reported, it's still pending any action. Once someone at the institution acts on this and moves the status to, let's say, resolved, Sherry will see this resolved status here. Sherry can also see a summary of all the flags that have been reported in any of her mentorships right here. They'll be portioned out by those that are pending, actionable, non-actionable, and resolved. This is an optional page that you can turn on or off for the mentors in your program, but it's something that's really helpful for our mentors as it helps them feel like they're able to see and close a loop on the flags that they're submitting for their mentors, for their mentees.